Hello， 大家好，歡迎翻到嚟嘅 channel。咁上次咧，我同我女朋友就講咗一啲關於香港嘅嘢啦。咁今日咧，我哋就繼續問佢多啲關於我哋屋企香港嘅嘢。Hello, Jody. Welcome back to my interview.
Don't talk to me like that.
So, can you tell me
Why are you putting this fake accent?
where?
Don't do that.
Can you tell me where are we right now?
We're in Hong Kong.
Hong Kong, where?
Central.
Okay, guys, we are in central Hong Kong.
That's what I just said. I think everyone can understand that. Is this just like to make you feel good about yourself?
Why?
Because I moved to Hong Kong after I met you. I don't think I would be here otherwise.
Okay, so anyway, just a short introduction.
You do it first.
I do it first. Okay, guys, I'm a local Hong Konger, and I am born and bred in Hong Kong for some years. I'm not gonna tell you how old I am. I have spent like 4 years in Sydney, Australia, so that's how I learned my English. And I met my girlfriend in Hong Kong. She's from America.
I teach.
What do you teach in Hong Kong?
Kindergarten.
Okay, kindergarten. So she's a native English teacher. Yeah.
But I actually studied English in college, so I think it's a little bit different than some people who might study something else and just come to Asia and teach because that's the only job they can get. Yeah. I want to clarify that I don't think it's a bad thing. Sometimes that's how foreigners who want to come to Asia get into the culture. They come to teach, they learn. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, but I do think there are a lot of unqualified native English teachers in Asia, not just in Hong Kong. I think Hong Kong has one of the most rigorous standards for English teachers. I also taught in China for 2 years, so that's completely different level of standards.
其實都唔怪得佢哋嘅。如果比着廣東話係國際語言咧，講真我都會求其去是哪一個國家做廣東話嘅老師。Even 我大學畢業都冇。
I think the U.S. is quite U.S.-centric. We don't know much about the world. It's not taught in school, and we grow up thinking and hearing all news is U.S.-based, really, or war-based. We don't really learn about a place unless there's a war going on there. Asia, what I knew. China, what I knew. I knew Beijing and Hong Kong. I'd heard of Shanghai, but I had no idea the differences between any of it. I thought Hong Kong was the capital of China growing up. Before I moved here, I'd obviously learned different, but when I was much younger, Hong Kong and Beijing were the two top cities. Yeah, they definitely don't know the difference. They don't know that Hong Kong is Special Administrative Region, SAR. They have no idea. Absolutely not. Even, I would say, nets throughout Asia, like in South Korea and Japan. I've met some Americans. I don't know about nets from other countries, but a lot of American nets would ask me when they found out that I was currently living in Hong Kong. They would ask me what's the difference because they truly don't know, especially when I traveled towards the end of last year when the protests were quite tense. They didn't understand and they wanted me to clarify more, but it's still difficult for me to even talk about it. Yeah, I would say they don't know a thing.
So they still thought, even before 1997, they still thought that Hong Kong is part of China.
I would even venture to say they didn't know the difference at all, yeah.
Okay, too much political. Too much politics.
I definitely didn't expect it to be as international as it is because I'd lived in Changsha for so long and I had visited Beijing, Shanghai, Xi'an, Chengdu, Shenzhen even, and I did not expect this difference. I expected it to be much more like that, and I can find things here that I can't find in mainland, and just things are just more Western here. expected it to be more like mainland. I did not expect it to be this international. Again, I just expected Hong Kong people to be like mainland people. Sorry. Do I still think the same? No, I don't. I would get so many photos taken of me on a daily basis in mainland. I mean, people would actually physically touch me in mainland on the subway or just walking around, where that doesn't happen here. I don't think I've had a photo taken of me here, but people would just stop me on the street as I'm going to work or as I'm walking my dog. They would just stop me and, can I take a photo with you? And no, I don't want to take a photo with you. I'm not an attraction at the zoo.
But to be honest, maybe they think you are a Hollywood actress.
Well,
Because they do the same with black people.
That so many people trying to take photos of us, like, and then we get white people considering whether or not we're famous. Like they're like, wait, maybe they're famous. Maybe
they do it with all foreigners.
But you don't like it.
I'm not personally a fan of it, and I don't know too many of my close friends who enjoy it, though I do know some foreigners who thrive on it. They enjoy being the center of attention, that Hollywood star. So, I mean, I guess it just depends on your personality. Honestly, the younger generation, sometimes. The older generation, I will say not very friendly, especially to foreigners. Maybe it's just, maybe they don't feel comfortable speaking English, maybe they don't know English, and they don't expect me to speak. I think generally Hong Kong guys, the younger generation, tend to be nicer than the younger generation girls.
The guys are nicer than the girls.
Like if I go into a store and the associate happens to be a woman my age or a bit older or even younger, they were much less helpful to me than if it is a guy. For instance, there was one time I couldn't get my package from 7-Eleven that I ordered, and I had to go to 7-Eleven 2 or 3 days in a row. The first day it was a woman associate, and she was refusing to help me. Absolutely, it was nothing. I don't know if it was maybe she couldn't understand me, or just was new working, but she absolutely refused. She wouldn't go out of her way, and I made sure to wait until I was the only customer to ask for help, because I don't want to make a line pile up behind me. So I don't think she was too busy. But the next day I went and it was a guy, and he was so helpful. He even came out from behind the register, helped me find all the information on my phone. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've had numerous encounters where guys will be much more helpful, and I don't know if it is because I'm a girl. I don't know if I was a guy, if the male associates would be less helpful and the female associates more helpful. I don't know that. This is just my experience.
I think this is a funny experience because I haven't asked a lot of help from the locals because I can handle pretty much everything here.
Or yeah, like if I'm in a store and maybe Decathlon or something and I need to find, the guy would just go and get it. But I think the girl would just tell me, over here, just point.
Okay, but to be fair, I think in terms of shopping experiences, I found it the same. Yeah, female and male.
So I do wonder if that is because you are speaking Cantonese and I'm speaking English. Because you've even told me yourself that sometimes if someone has to go further out of their way to speak in English or to figure something out in English, they will just shut off. And I have found that to be true in certain situations.
Yeah, so maybe one day we can make a video about it. What do you say?